Thanks all of you for nice comments and thumbs up on my video about how to pinch cosmos for more flowers in the garden. This is my vegetable and flower garden in south of Sweden, and I am Sara. I grow this garden, and I just love to be out in my garden this time of year and watch all kinds of plants and the vegetables. We have lots of nice food. Still no flowers from the annual plants yet, but they are growing. We still have quite cold weathers nighttime in Sweden, so I waited with planting out. But I have had so many questions about how to pinch both cosmos and other summer flowers for more flowers when the plants are already out in the field or in the garden in the open. Because when I made the cosmos video, I pinched the plants when they were in pots. So today I want to bring you to a place where I keep some flowers, just to show you how you can practice this when you have already planted out your flowers in the garden. This is a place with raised beds. In Sweden we call them pallet collars, and I have two on top of each other, and they have no contact with the ground since there are heavy roots from big trees just behind this place. And this year I am going to grow annual flowers here for bouquets. And this is cornflowers. I sowed the plants already in winter sowings, as I made a video about, and planted them out here when it was still quite cold in Sweden. And they were so tiny then, so there was simply nothing to pinch really. And therefore I have to pinch them now. So this is what I have done already, but I kept a few plants just to show you, so that I can illustrate why we pinch the flowers, how it affects the plants, what we would like to see, etc. So let's take a closer look. This is a plant that grows straight up, just as I planted it. And as you can see, the stem is intact. I did not cut this one. I told you in the latest video that it will sprout where the leaves meet the stem. And this goes quite slow when you do not pinch the plant. So this flower already have like a small bud, and this will produce one stem with a flower. And when I use this for a bouquet, for example, it will take a while for the plant then to produce new sprouts with new flowers. That's okay, right? But I want plenty of flowers. So what I do is that I pinch the plants when they are quite small, when there's enough plant material to pinch, of course. And I pinch just above a leaf so that new sprouts can grow in between the leaf and the stem. So let's have a closer look at a plant that I did pinch. This is a really nice example. You see this? Here I pinched and removed the top of the plant, and as you can see, I have so many sprouts coming out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think even 12. So in each leaf, where the leaf meets the stem, a new sprout is coming out. So from this one I will, in quite a short time, have like 12 sprouts with buds and flowers, and this one produces meanwhile like one stem, and then I have to wait a while for another to produce flowers. So like this I get more like bushier plants. It keeps me happier because I get more flowers in a short time. So this is a very good way to grow flowers, I think. And to answer the question, if you can pinch plants when they have already been planted out, the answer is yes, yes and yes. So with this one, this little darling, I will give it some better possibilities simply by removing the top. It may feel horrible to remove the bud, no flower, but they will produce, believe me. And by removing the top now, I tell the plant that you just can't keep growing upright. You have to produce new shoots in the, at the stem. And of course the flower wants to produce flowers and then seeds, because that is what it's all about for the plant. So it will keep growing new sprouts, plenty of new sprouts with plenty of flowers, plenty of seeds, and the plant is quite happy as well. So this time of year I plant out summer flowers in my garden. Not so many because it's quite cold, but I do have them in trays in my greenhouses. We will go have a look soon. But the ones I have planted, I simply go around and pinch them. Pinch, pinch. And you can do this also at the sprouts if you think that it seems to be like needed. Gives me an opportunity to remove some weeds. You know, in Sweden we celebrate midsummer. It's a very important holiday in Sweden, and it's also very connected to flowers. So we have traditional wildflowers like cornflower and well, white and yellow flowers as well. So this sowing was made to have the cornflower for midsummer, and that's the end of June, in just a couple of weeks. So now I hope they will grow good. Let's go have a look, I think, in the greenhouse so we can check some snapdragons maybe. In here I keep plenty of seedlings because it's not warm enough, I think, outside. We have had so much rain the last couple of days, so they will be more protected in here. I have not yet pinched those, and I mean it's the same thing really as in the open, where I choose a spot just above leaves and I pinch plants that are big enough, and that will encourage them to grow new sprouts. When I made the last video about the cosmos, that was way too early in the season for like seedlings, so many seedlings. So I had the plants only to show you how to do it, but now it's like all-time high for pinching summer flowers. Sometimes it could feel like, what am I doing? Oh my poor little plants. But don't worry, they will grow super even after a treatment like this. So I choose the spot and I simply pinch it. And as you can see, there are already some new growth by the leaf and the stem. So this will split into two. And if I forgot to mention it, this is Snapdragons. But we are all done here now. Let's move on. Here's my late spring sowings of cosmos, tiny little plants. but I do have more of them in my cottage garden, and these will grow if I can keep them safe from the slugs. You know, rain are equal to lots of slugs in my garden, but I will do my best to save them. I get questions about what kind of flowers to pinch, and the list could be very long. One thing you could think of is that plants that tend to form like a stem with leaves and a flower bud in top are plants that we most often pinch. Well, if you think of like a chive, a plant that grows in that way with like a bow tied to the ground, where you see a flower stem with only a flower, no leaves are growing, most often we do not pinch that kind of flower. And the easiest way, and my best tip, is simply to read the instructions on the seed packages, because most often it's said like pinch this or maybe do not pinch this. So that will give you a sign about what is suitable for this kind of flower. I love to pinch things, and most often I might even pinch a little bit too much, but it gives me bushy plants with lots of flowers, and that's perfect, not only to make bouquets, but as you may have noticed, I grow lots of flowers among my vegetables, and I really like the bushy way the flowers grow, so it fills out the space between the vegetables, etc. So I prefer bushier plants. So that is what I would like to share with you about how to pinch flowers that are already in the ground outside in your garden. Just go for it and give it a try. You will see really nice results. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a nice day in your garden.